I've now spent 2 weeks here on Svalbard, searching for wildlife to photograph. And while I haven't been lucky with the ptarmigans and the Arctic foxes, I got a great opportunity when a snowstorm hit this island. Photographing the reindeer in this inferno of blowing snow was an amazing experience, and the photos and videos I got were worth the cold fingers and toes. Visiting the ice cave was another beautiful experience, and filming the kids as they were driving dog sled was a lot of fun. This is my 3rd week, and while this trip was definitely not a part of my plan, I'm very much looking forward to the adventure that lies ahead of us. Right now I was supposed to be in a little cabin with my good friend Anders, drinking our morning coffee, but then I got a call from Jason Roberts from Polar X, and the plan really changed. 2 people have just arrived from England here to Svalbard to do location scouting for a feature film. What they are looking for is a location with a beautiful scenery and flat ice that is strong enough to carry an entire film crew and an airplane. The challenge is that we have to find a great location, because everything is already set up and filming will start next week when more than 100 people, actors, film crew and staff are arriving here on Svalbard. I'm a bit nervous, because the recordings I'll hopefully make will be sent to London after this trip, and they will play a role in the final decision whether a location is chosen for the film or not. This is my cabin for the next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days. And now I feel stupid that I asked Jason if I should bring my sleeping bag and some freeze-dried food. This is luxury. We are now heading north to reach the pack ice, but the weather forecast doesn't look that promising. Strong winds from north and minus 18 degrees Celsius. Not exactly the perfect conditions for sailing, and not the perfect conditions for flying my drone either. The only thing I can do now is to cross my fingers and hope that everything looks a bit better when I wake up tomorrow. It has been a very bumpy ride, and none of us got much sleep. We were supposed to head north towards the pack ice, but because of the combination of increasing wind speeds and very low temperatures, the risk of over-icing on the ship has forced us to seek shelter in one of the fjords. Now that we are here, hiding from the wind, we decided that we might as well have a look at this location. We want to push the ship against the ice so that we can actually get onto the ice to have a closer inspection.
We're wearing rifles out in field because we're in polar bear country, and if worst case scenario happens, we need something to shoot with. You see no bullets there? Yeah. Good. Then all the way and close it. Half load.
The team is trying to decide whether we should go in or stay on the boat. I mean, if it's safe or not. But we will see. Our plan about getting on the ice does not work. The strong wind is pushing the ship away from the ice, and it becomes way too risky.
Like that, along the glacier.
Our only option now is to send up the drone and do this inspection from the air. But the wind is so strong that we are actually afraid of losing the drone. I'm now trying to send the drone up, and it's extremely windy, and I've never flown a drone in these conditions. But we have to try to get some footage of the ship at the ice age and the blowing snow, so it's just to cross the fingers, see what happens. This is definitely the limit of what wind conditions I could fly in. The drone could barely fly forward, but luckily I got what we needed. The ice is not thick enough though, so unfortunately this location does not work. And since the wind is still too strong to go all the way up to the pack ice, we have decided to head towards a glacier, which could potentially be a great location. Just in front of the ship I can see some solid ice. It looked like new ice that we will probably have to break through to get to the more solid ice. Behind that ice is a glacier, and that is the goal, to get in there and do some footage with the drone and also some video from the boat. And if this wind keeps like it is now, I can 100% sure fly the drone and hopefully get some amazing photos and footage, because that's this after all why I'm here. It'll take some hours to get to the next fjord, and to be efficient we are sailing during night so that we have the entire day to do scouting and filming. That way we get the most out of the limited hours of daylight.
Yeah, a really good food and you like wake up.
It is cozy to be on board this ship. People are really friendly and the food is excellent. Now it's time to chill, and then I'm looking forward to seeing the glacier when I wake up tomorrow. Okay, this is amazing. This fjord is sheltered from the wind by big mountains, which not only gives me much better conditions to fly in, it also gives us the opportunity to get the small boat in the water so that we can do our first landing on this trip.
The most important thing, chocolate. We need chocolate on trips. Emergency beacon. Beacon test. Flash is good. This is a flotation suit. It also keeps the chill outside. It's a nice cover up everything. The water temperature up here now is below 0. So you don't get much time if you fall in the water. This isn't a dry suit, but it gives enough insulation and it's floating. So yeah.
Now we are getting ready to get close to the glacier, and hopefully I'll be able to fly some drone. It's minus 18 degrees Celsius out there and about 12 to 15 meters per second wind. So we better dress up so we can stay warm. Let's go.
Just this one, because it's slippery in there. You going up, Lester? Thank you.
I'm thinking if we stick. Okay. Yeah.
You will regret it.
This is Will, ready to check over.
Now, so just stick to Morena and up on the ridge so they can have overview.
Should we keep together then? One this way.
We're now walking on land for the first time since we left Longyearbyen. and it looks a lot different than when you see the same scenery just from the drone. But I better keep up with the other people. While the scenery here is extremely beautiful, it does not meet the criteria for the location needed for the film. A big enough flat area with either sea ice or hard-pressed snow is simply not existing, so we have to move on further north.
Andreas, cancel that. We're going to head back to the beach, over.
Even though everything seems so calm and quiet here in the fjord, the winds are still howling on the outer coast, and the captain has just announced that it is not an option to reach the pack ice in these conditions with the time we have available. We have already spent some days searching for locations in the fjords and waiting for the wind to calm, and time is slowly running out. Now our only hope is to find a suitable location in the next fjord. Judging from the map, there's a slight hope, so now it's just to pull up the anchor and continue our search. Now it's time to get back on the ship, get some warm coffee. We arrived early in the morning, and the scenery in front of us looks just right. We need to get a closer look though, because we cannot approve a location only inspected through a pair of binoculars.
Yeah, and here you see ice as well, so it's probably getting some ice. The plan now is that we just arrived at Dalbrem, so now we're gonna drop anchor in a calm place in front of the glacier, and we put the polar circle in the water, the small tender, and we're gonna find a safe spot to land the guys so they can go up and have a view on the glacier from a safe distance.
Just as we are ready to board the little boat, we run into an unexpected problem. The engine on the Polar Circle boat refuses to start, and Andreas and the crew immediately starts working to fix it. After a closer inspection, Andreas concludes the problem is caused by ice that has built up in the fuel system.
Now we got some frost blocking somewhere, since we don't get fuel to the carburetors. But we got fuel in the filters, everything's running, but it doesn't ignition. So we try to heat it up with tarp and a heater straightly to the engine, and we'll see, take it from there.
This is something he has experienced before, and he knows how to fix it. It just needs heat and time. This is the first time I'm seeing the sun here on Svalbard in the 3 weeks I've been here. It's not because it's been cloudy, but it has been a dark season since the beginning of November. So for the guys working here, it must be absolutely fantastic. I just think it's so beautiful after like 3 weeks without, just see that yellow little round thing coming up from the mountains. So while Andreas and the team are working hard on the boat, I'm enjoying the sun.
Even if you struggle a little bit to see the sun and everything is light and don't wear a headlamp, that makes even problems easy.
While we do have a solution for heating up the engine, we do not have much time. So after putting heat on the motor overnight without any luck, our only option now is to do the inspection with the drone.
I'm just dressing up now because we have a really challenging flight because we cannot get closer with the boat. So yeah, better get going.
We are about 4 kilometers from land, and because of shallow water, we cannot get any closer with the big ship.
You think I can go like this? I try. Thank you, Benny. Here we are on top of the boat. I just have to be careful about that one. Let me just show you this view. The plan now is basically to get the drone up from the ship, fly it over there, up on the glacier, and make that movement coming down towards the sea. And yeah, I just tried earlier today, but I lost connection and it was a hassle to get the drone. But now, cross my fingers, let's get the drone up.
Under normal circumstances, it would not be a problem to fly that far with the drone, but I'm experiencing some interference with the signal. It is probably some of all the electricity on this boat. The captain is turning off the radar. This is the best we can do. And now it's just to cross the fingers and hope I can get this last recording, and that this beautiful land we have in front of us will tick all the boxes for a great location for the film. This time luck worked in our favor, because not only were we able to reach land, but the land we reached was close to perfect. A big flat, almost endless plateau of snow and ice, and the most iconic landscape in the background. The location scouters have a smile on their face as they are looking at the screen on my remote control, and I feel immersively relieved.
I just landed the drone after an amazing flight, and we got the footage we're after, so I'm really happy, and I feel like got it. We didn't reach the ice up north because of the weather, but we got some amazing footage down here, and I'm really happy. Time to get back in. See you out there.
Now we can head home towards Longyearbyen with some great footage to send back to London, and then it's up to them to decide. If this location is going to be a part of the feature film, whose name I'm not allowed to mention before it's released, I do not know. But I hope so, because it would be so much fun to sit in the cinema watching a scene from a location that we have found on this scouting trip on Svalbard.